everybody, welcome back to my channel. Like I said, I have a special video for us. I promised y'all earlier this week that I would get this video up, and guess what? I'm only a day late, but I did it. Now, it's broken up into sections just because of the way I had to record it, but for this video, I'm walking you through how to make the shirt that I am currently wearing. So this is the finished product on the sleeves that you don't really get to see in the actual video. I need to stretch them out a bit more, but that's what they look like. And then here, and then there's the back. So that's kind of what it looks like from the back. You can't really see that, but there we go. Okay, but in the actual like tutorials and stuff that will be shared either this way or this way, one of the two. I haven't edited yet, so I don't know which way it's gonna go, but you'll be able to see actually how I put this shirt together. So hopefully if you like it and you like the concept, then you can make your own. Now, I don't have the actual like sewing part in there just because I have a sewing machine about that big, so I didn't, and my work area for that is a little messy right now, so I didn't want to embarrass myself and have that on camera. So unfortunately you don't get to see me sew it, but I don't think you want to sit there and watch me for 20 minutes or how long it took me actually, you know, sewing everything together, because it's a little boring. But yeah, so I will go ahead and cut to those videos and just keep on watching to find out how to make this awesome shirt. Thanks, guys. Okay, so for the crafting project that I promised we were going to be doing, we're going to be remaking a shirt. Now, the one that I have, I just bought it from Walmart. It's it's the No Boundaries size, well, No Boundaries brand. I upsize because I tend to find that whenever I put their shirts in the dryer, they shrink a lot. So for this purpose, we need something that's going to be kind of loose, especially for what I'm going to be doing with these sleeves. But you will need scissors, a zipper, and some kind of fabric that you want to change and add to the back. Now, I'm going to have to probably record this in a few stages because I don't really have a way to hold my camera and show you what I'm doing at the same time. So, but mainly what we're going to be doing is we're going to be flipping it over to the back. Let's see here. And then I'm going to move everything out of the way. I'm going to measure from the center, which is right about there. I'm going to put from the center, and that's where we're going to see how tall our zipper is going to be. Now, I got the 9-inch zipper, and I wanted it with the metal zipper so you could actually see it. But from there, we're just going to cut it into a triangle. So once we cut that out, we're going to take our fabric and use the piece that we cut out to measure this fabric and do it a little bit over so you can fold it in and do your hemming and all that. But and then we're going to install it and the zipper at the same time to try and give us a good little seam here. So I will go ahead and start doing some of that process, and I'll come back and show you. And it's probably going to be one of them because, like I said, I don't really have a stand to hold my camera yet, so I'm working on it. But give me a minute and I'll cut out the back piece so I can show you. Okay, I actually found a slight way to kind of position my camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Recorded this once, so that's why there's already lines here. Okay, so here is what we're doing so far. I took my zipper out of its packaging and I trimmed off the little tails at the end, and I put my zipper in the middle of my shirt, and then I just stretched it out to see what kind of shape it created, and that's where I put my lines at. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out, making sure not to get the other part of the fabric, and then we're going to cut this out to match what we just did. And then once we get all that done, we can sew it all up. And except for the sleeves, it's basically done. So I'll come back after I got all that cut out. Okay, so I just cut my triangle out of my shirt, and now I've done unrolled my fabric, and I'm laying it on my new piece of fabric. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut maybe a little bit extra. I'm going to mark it and I'm going to cut it. Now I did lay this on the back because mainly I don't want to get the yellow on the fabric. So we're just going to go a little bit around the sides and we're going to cut that out. That way it'll give us a decent hemline and be able to make, you know, kind of fold it over so we can make our seaming along the side. Now I'm not going to sew this together on camera because I'm going to use my sewing machine. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out, and then I'll probably go ahead and sew it and then come back and show y'all the finished back product, and then we can work on the sleeves. Okay everyone, so now that I finally got it sewed onto the back, which was kind of a nightmare seeing as how I have an itty bitty sewing machine, but what I did first was I sewed the edges of this material, and I actually had to go back and recut this material because after I cut it I realized I cut the cats going the wrong way, so I had to go back and recut the material. But this is what it looks like on the back, so you can see it's kind of a messy seam, but I'm doing this for me and not like I'm selling it, so I wasn't too entirely worried about it as long as it actually, you know, is on there and attached. So there's what the back looks like. Again, I just folded it over and created a seam, and I'll get a better close-up, and all I did was just run it along the sides and then up to the top and then right back down. That way it creates a nice little seam for the back. So we're going to move on to the sleeves, and what I'm going to do is a braiding pattern. I don't know if anybody else has ever, or like it's the, not a braiding pattern, but a ladder pattern. I'm not sure if anybody else has done that, but if you're not familiar with it, I'm going to somewhat show you. The main thing you want to remember to do with this is to get your sleeves even. Get them the same length, get them, make sure they're the same length, make sure they are together and flat. My shirt's been crinkled up a little bit, so it's going to be a bit more difficult. Some people recommend you iron your shirt. I'm not doing that just because I'm lazy, but I'm trying to get it flat and even. And then I'm going to kind of show you as much as I can on this camera what to do after that. Because the thing about this is you want to make sure that it's symmetrical as much as possible. See here, I know I'm off camera. I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Okay, there we go. I finally got them lined up. So anytime you do this, you want to start at the top near your shoulder. This is like it right up here. Here's my shoulder. Here, try to pull that down for you. Okay, so there's my shoulder, and I normally start about 3 fingers from my shoulder and start them about here. Now I'm going to cut mine together to attempt to make it symmetrical, and once I get the initial cuts I can go back in and wind them up if I need to. So make sure I get that lined in. See? Oop. Get my scissors, and the first cut you want to make is going to be kind of small, and the last cut you make is going to be kind of small. Now for me, I'm doing them all the way down my arm. So 3, so I'm going to just take it and do a little cut right there for both of them. So there's our first little cut. Now that's probably maybe a 1/2 inch. I figure it's about a 1/2 inch roughly. Okay, and then I'm just going to continue cutting all the way down. I'm going to do it about a finger width apart. So I'm trying to do it so y'all can see. Not really working because of my lighting. Okay, let's try. And you can, the fun thing about this is you can make them as long as you want, as thin as you want, but the main thing is you make them even. And my scissors are kind of dull. Okay. So I'm just going to do a whole bunch all the way down, because I've done this on a few shirts, so I'm not the best person in the world to tell you how to do this, but I think I have it somewhat down to a science now. Except for one shirt, I did accidentally forget, because I like to tie mine off and sew them whenever I get done with them just for extra security. And one of them, I missed one of my hoops, so that was kind of, oh well. The shirt's done now. I'm not going back and changing it. So this is a long, my scissors are a little dull, and I know it's probably boring sitting here watching me cut all of these. Here, I am trying. See here, if y'all just want to skip ahead during this part, then you can. But this is pretty much all I'm doing. All I'm creating is these little bridge patterns with little hoops, I guess. I'm going to make some a bit smaller. Those are kind of long. But the main thing is see right here, I have both sides of my sleeves. You want to make sure you get all of your sleeve in there and get scissors that are sharp when you do this project, because that is definitely going to be key. Okay, we're getting close to the end. I think as I get closer down to, I want to try to keep them a bit smaller. Come on now. I'm trying to keep everything in frame for y'all, and again, Freya's dog hair is everywhere. She's shedding right now, so it's kind of, lint brushes are on demand in my house. There we go. Had to find the sweet spot in the scissors. Come on. Like I said, it's going to be a little boring at the current stage because all I'm doing is cutting and getting my arm all up in the camera. So, but yeah, I'm trying to let y'all see. Just cut, just make cuts. Now you can go all the way to the end or you cannot. It's completely up to you. That's the fun thing about this style shirt, is you can make it any way you want to. See here. I'm trying to get them a bit more straight. There we go. Okay, because I'm going all the way down my sleeve. Okay, now I'm going to do my very last one. It's going to be right here, and I'm going to make it kind of swoop. I'm doing my very last one. I just noticed it was out of frame. But it's going to be right here. So we're just going to cut that. Okay. Now we'll just separate them. And hold out your, see here, we're going to stretch out the sleeve so you can see it. And here is what you're left with. Now you can either leave it like this, or you can continue and do what I'm fixing to do with the ladder pattern. So there's what it looks like. Now for this, the one thing you want to make sure you do is to kind of stretch out your little strips you just made. That way it'll roll them in and make it look a bit neater. And also, whenever you start doing the pattern, it'll work a lot better too. So I'm just going to kind of do that for a second, and then I will start. I'm only going to do one sleeve because I don't think y'all want to sit here and be bored by me for another few minutes. So I'm just going to take you through a little bit of how to do it. Okay, so we're going to start here at the top, and all I'm going to do is go, this is my first hoop. All I'm going to do is go through the first hoop. Here is my next one. And I'm just going to pull it under and then back over to create that little loop right there. And I'm going to do that all the way down. So I'm going to take my next one. I'm going to pull it through this hoop. Pull that through and make a hoop. And then just do that all the way down my sleeve. So it can be a bit tedious. And this is also why if you make them too small, then this won't really work. And I wish I had something to shove in the sleeve so it would make it a bit flatter and y'all could see it better. But I don't. So I'm working with what I got. See here. Oh, there it is. It was hiding from me. Because I mainly want to show y'all whenever we get to the end, that we're just going, how we're going to end it. Like I said, if you've done this before, then you can just skip this. See here, but if for people that haven't, I want to kind of give you a little walkthrough. I'm pretty sure there are better videos out there than this, what I'm doing. It might make it a bit easier, but you know, I'm doing my best here for what I got to work with. And I probably could have done it on a different color shirt. But here, if you can see it, that is what you are making. It looks like a ladder. And I'll stretch it out when we're done so you can really see it. So I'm getting close to the end. A few more. The one thing you do have to worry about is it does start bunching up on you, so it did make it easy for me to miss. That's why I said I wish I had something to actually put in the sleeve. As you can tell, I'm fumbling with it a bit. Okay, so here is my last hoop. I'm not gonna bother doing the end right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it through. Okay. So there's the one that we just had from the previous one. And then we're going to keep our hoop. And then what I like to do is bring it back through the hole, the very last hole, go around, and then find my seaming down here, and then just sew it in. So, and then that's what it'll look like. So all I'm going to do is just take my needle and thread that I've already got. Now I'm using black needle and thread, and I already tied that off. So all I'm going to do is just thread it through to secure it. Now I'm just using a very sloppy stitch. If you want to, you can get creative with your stitch, but for me, I just want to make sure it is on there, it is secure, and it's not coming off. Because like I said, some people just like to tie it off. Personally, I prefer to sew it. So that is what I'm doing. Just gonna go through that a couple times. Like I said, for me, it doesn't have to be perfect, but like I said, I know there's people out there who would prefer it to be, and if I was making this to sell, then yes, I would make it a bit neater, but since I'm not worried about it. Okay, and that should be good. And all I'm going to do is just take that back through and tie off my thread with the existing seam right there. Bring that through a couple times to make a nice little knot. Okay, and let's cut that off. Alright, and there you have it. Now it's going to take this a minute. You're actually going to have to wear it and stretch it out a good bit to get it to look right, but that. And as you can tell, me rushing, I missed one. Like I said, it's kind of easy to do, but thankfully I'll just wrap it and hopefully you won't really notice. So there we go. And I'm just going to do that to the other side here, and then this shirt will be done. So hang on for that, guys. Alright, so I hope you like my little tutorial on how to make this little shirt. I know a lot of people have probably seen how to do this pattern, but I wanted to kind of show you my take on it and see if maybe it made it a bit more understandable. I doubt it, but you couldn't really see because of my lighting, and I'm sorry about that. It's just where I was doing it. I thought my big light was going to work, and it ended up causing more problems than it actually helped. But anyways, okay. I'm out of breath. I'm trying to rush through this because I know this video is extremely long, so I'm trying not to bore y'all to death. But if you want to see more of these videos, like the crafting videos, let me know down in the comments and I will gladly make more because I love doing these videos once I figured out how to actually set the camera. It was kind of funny since I don't have a stand. I had like this weird little contraption on my coffee table just kind of looking down at where I was working. It was amusing, but okay, it was amusing for me. Y'all didn't get to see it. It was funny for me. But if you want to keep seeing more of these videos, like if you want to see more like t-shirt videos, or I have some other craft ideas that I want to make for me that I saw on Pinterest, so I can do like some Pinterest crafts kind of thing. But anyways, just let me know down in the comments and I will gladly do more and kind of walk all through how to do some of the stuff if you don't have the step-by-steps already on how to do it. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we now have an Instagram, so yay, that's exciting. And I've been posting a lot of stuff on there. Basically, I've been posting a lot of crafts and funny little pictures I've been taking around my house. So yeah, it's been entertaining. At least it's been entertaining for me, and so far everybody else has seemed to like it. So just remember to check us out on Instagram now, and Twitter and Facebook if you're not already. And keep an eye out for my videos. God, I'm messing up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you next time, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.